You're listening to Kechhatapodcast, and today we have a very, very special guest. And also, we don't have Amul today on the podcast because of the scare of COVID 19 around here. So, we have a very special guest today, and he is my very own amazing, super duper amazing father, my dad, Mr. Birendra Bajacharya. Ready? Kechhata.
के छ त ठिक छ because we are together due to corona. We should thank that all the families are having time to stay together and spend time together.
And Dad, how does it feel? Because every time when we go to work, early in the morning, I don't get to see you. And in the evenings, I'd rather I'd rather go back and sleep. And we hardly have we hardly have like half an hour or 1 hour that we spend together when we're actually working. So how does it feel to see my face every single time, every half an hour coming over and saying, oof, what should we do next?
Yeah, and I also try to do the same every half an hour after if I get some time, get bored with my work, then I come to your room and say, oof, what should we do next? Yeah, I think we also talk about the silver lining of corona.
Mhm.
So this is one of the silver linings where you get too much of your families together, and sometimes that is that sometimes get to your nerves when Ayush comes to me every half an hour say, what shall we do next? What shall we eat? What shall we eat in the morning? What shall we eat in the afternoon?
And what should we snack in between as well? Like?
And snacking all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Daddy, I think we should also understand that we need our own personal space to a certain degree because it's been 7-8 days that we've been together every single day. So, how are you feeling, Daddy? How are you feeling for how should I put it? How does it feel not traveling around the world for an entire month? How does it feel that you've not traveled even for a meeting in the past 2 weeks? And how does it feel to work from home?
Yeah, working from home is something even more tasking because since we started doing all our meetings on Teams,
Mm-hmm.
we have been doing more of those meetings. So the whole day we try to connect with different groups in our office and then we keep on talking. So at one point it really was overwhelming having too many meetings online.
Mm.
So that was also not that easy. And staying home, yeah, I really feel relaxed getting to stay home for more than a month. Now it's almost 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a lot of time to read, to watch movies.
Mm. How many times have you slept while watching movies in the past 2 weeks?
Many, many times. So many times I start a movie and then after watching it 10 minutes or 15 minutes, then I realize I've already watched this movie. But the problem is I can't remember what is going to be next. But I remember that every scene, when it comes, I remember that I've already watched that movie.
Mm. So, Daddy,
Yes.
let's talk about exploring together. I think this will be our topic for today, where we've traveled to two countries together and 3 different regions together in the past 5 years. So, how has the experience been with 2 of your sons traveling around? Traveling around with 2 of your sons.
Yeah, I do travel a lot for work, but traveling for work and traveling with kids on vacation are completely different. So, especially when I travel with only one of my sons, then it is different than having two sons together.
Because two sons
Get together to make fun of me.
No, Daddy, it's not we don't make fun. It's more about how we are more logical than you at times. And not really logical, but would not say logical, but there are few things that okay, let's put it this way. Us as how should I put it? There are times when it is irritating on when you try to, how to put it, when you say let's do this, but we are not really in the mood to do that, and you're like we have to do it now, and we're like no, let us rest. But you're like no, let's do this. It'll be fun, and both of your sons know that it's not going to be fun because both of your sons want to stay lazy and not, maybe stay out. But there are times when what I've realized is us as Arman and I, both of us, when you're around us, we become dumb. We become the dumbest two dumb guys with your father because for a fact that when we are on our own, we tend to do things more independently and also we tend to go out and maybe explore it on our own. I think. I'm not sure. But when you're around, we want you to speak up, not, we want to be in that shadows, in that secure shadows. So I think,
And that should be true for all the kids. I think when the parents are around, they always feel like kids themselves. And at times I feel that I'm more adventurous while traveling than you guys.
on what basis, Daddy?
On having fun, on doing odd things.
Like eating crocodile meat.
That you guys will also enjoy.
Yeah, we enjoyed, but we were not the ones who said, let's go eat crocodile meat. 'Cause that's not what we said. That was different. At the same time, I think also the whole idea of exploring around, because when I was studying abroad, when you came for work, that was the only time I traveled around Thailand. Otherwise, I don't think I would have traveled around. So, do you think that you need, how should I put it? Does it feel like having a friend to travel around with would be better, or traveling solo would be better?
Travel solo is again different. Is also different. But traveling with friends and traveling with someone is always good because then I'm traveling with too many people is not that easy. But when it's two or three people, then it's always better. That's what I feel.
Yeah, tell us about it when you traveled to Mustang and Manang with your office friends. It was not.
It was fun.
It was fun for you, Dad, not for us. Anyways, so giving your sons their own time to explore around and make fun of themselves and make fun of you, how did you, let's put this, exploring versus, let's kind of link it to parenting, all right? So most of the times when my friends are around me, they talk to me in the sense that you give me enough space and you've given me enough freedom to be myself, and also you've not, how should I put it, out so much responsibility on me or on man, right? So how did that come along? How did you crack the parenting code, if I may ask?
How do you feel it? Don't you feel it different from your friend's experience with your own parents?
When I have conversations with my friends, they say that it's not easy to talk to their fathers. However, we're here making PJs of our own together, dancing to songs, singing to songs. So I think, but no, how do you balance it out? Because I still remember whenever we needed something, it was the other way around at home. Because in other friends, they'd rather go talk to their mom if they needed something. But here it was a completely different ball game, and where we used to come to you and say, "Dad, we need this. Please get this for us." So, how did you crack that up? How did you become the good cop in the family?
No, it's been kind of also the way that I got, like, whenever I ask uh, something to my father, he always gave more than what I asked for.
Mm.
And I think that was just came the same way to you guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you ask for something, then I tend to give you more because I feel that you guys are not being too demanding. You're just asking for something basic minimum. Then
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I can always give you more than that.
Is that the reason why? How should I put it? No, that would not be a correct thing. Would had Arman or I demanded an iPhone, would you have provided us that? Question mark.
May not be.
Exactly my point.
Because, like, the way you guys are, I'm also a little bit logical in terms of buying things. I don't want to spend money on brand names. Although I do buy branded items, but not for the sake of having a branded item. So if the quality is really good, like we try to compare what iPhone has to offer and what other phones has to offer. For example, OnePlus, and we try to again evaluate and see like you're getting a better deal for a less money. So we always go for best values.
On that note, Dad, let's go back to traveling. Best values. According to best values, do you think that traveling around with us, what have you experienced? What are the values that you experienced? Do you feel like your values that you instilled on us was good, or do you have some complaints about us in life?
No, when you travel, I feel you guys get tired too soon. Even when I am full of energy, you said, "Hey, daddy, okay, let's leave it out." So,
Could you give
so
us
I
one incident where
so
that happened?
I don't exactly remember. There are many incidences and many
No,
times.
just one day,
you
just one
do
incident. At
like say,
least.
let's do this, and you guys say you guys are tired or you guys have had enough of it.
Now just give
So,
me one example, one incident where, Daddy, where?
like when we were in Koh Samet, so let's say okay, let's go there or let's take more pictures. Then you say, hey, you're tired. You don't want to have more fun.
It was hot, Daddy.
That's why I said
It was humid.
you guys have less energy than me when traveling.
So, do you have anything to ask me, Daddy, on these terms?
Okay, so we did travel earlier also when you were kids, and later on we also traveled when you guys are a little bit grown up, and you also had travel with your friends around. So, what do you really see the difference when you travel with me and when you travel with your friends?
To be very honest, when traveling with you, I don't have to depend on myself for financing.
And you guys,
To be very honest, we can go out, eat like the most expensive lobster in the menu, but you'll be okay with it, right? So when I'm out with my friends, it has to be a completely different ball game where I don't really need to. I have rely on myself, where and also the fact that whenever we go around traveling with you, I have understood. I also felt like Arman and I we become a little apprehensive and a little responsible where when it comes to buying something or when it comes to eating something expensive, we kind of calculate it first if it's okay for us to ask this or not again, or let's say demand this or not. But when it comes to our friends, we're like, okay, let's take this, let's take this, let's take this. But when it comes to traveling with you, we're more on the I think you should order because you're paying for it. That kind of mentality comes over for me
okay,
to be very honest.
so you feel awkward of getting expensive things from me,
Let's
me
not say
paying it.
awkward, but it feels that we are too dependent on you.
Okay, okay, that's good. I think that's a good attitude to develop. Just because your father is paying for it, you shouldn't be asking. You shouldn't be taking advantage of it.
Did you know in India? This was just a documentary I was watching yesterday, and you came over to my room and said, "Hey, what are you watching?" This is a documentary where their sons actually sent their father to an old age home because the sons took off all the property by signing, their father's name. So, what is your say on that?
I think those things are common in the world.
But
In India, in Nepal, maybe
but
also.
but isn't but what about our moral compass as being a child? Because I would definitely not do that. I would never in my how should I put it? Because those things do not cross my mind. So what is wrong with the world when it comes to things like these?
In the world, there are good people and bad people everywhere. So there are always a bunch of bad people who can do those things. But there are also good people who are taking good care of not only their own parents, but parents or the old people who are in need.
Mm.
So you'll find many examples.
Okay, Daddy. Anything else that you want to talk about, Daddy?
Yeah, I think again we'll ask what next because we are still confined for COVID.
So what next, Daddy? What do you want to do next? What do you want to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll have meetings online. Then I'll be again working on few papers that I'm working on.
Hmm.
So regular stuff.
So what should we eat tomorrow, Daddy?
You already promised biryani.
Oh yes, I'll be cooking biryani tomorrow. Okay then, Daddy. Anyways, I think we should end this episode. It's 15 minutes and it's good enough to listen. Anyways, thank you for listening. Bye bye. Daddy,
Bye
please say
bye.
bye bye.
Bye bye.